Now, of course Australians can have their say. Of course everyone's got their absolute democratic right to vote yes or no. Absolutely. People are entitled to their own opinions in this country. Absolutely. But political leaders, every one of us, are not entitled to our own facts. The Leader of the Opposition, it is a sad day for the country when the Leader of the Opposition, the Leader of the alternative government, the alternative Prime Minister, so he likes to claim, has turned into some kind of disinformation troll. Literally, you look at his Facebook page, you look at his Instagram, there is stuff up there today which is blatantly untrue, but on he goes. In my electorate, the most multicultural part of Australia, I've got people from 154 different countries. I've got more than 10,000 people living in my electorate who were born in Afghanistan. They fled that country, fighting, dying, sacrificing their families, working with the Australian Defence Forces for 20 years. To fight for the simple right to choose their government and choose their own constitution. We're donating billions of dollars of military equipment to Ukraine, the Ukrainian people, to fight for that same right, to vote and choose their constitution and choose their government. The least that the Leader of the Opposition can do would be show some respect for our democratic system and show some honesty. Distance himself from what are obviously blatant tactics have been revealed through the media to spread lies. That is the No Campaign's lie. It doesn't mean that everyone who votes no is lying. That's fine, that's the view. But at least base the debate on facts and honesty. It's a big moment for our country. It's the first time in 26 years that we've had a referendum, that people have been asked, that get to have their say on what the constitution of our country should be. And as I said, it's a big lie that it's Labor's referendum. It's not. It's come from the Indigenous people of this country. Everyone knows that this was always going to be hard. Every referendum's hard. 8 out of 44 referenda in Australia's history have succeeded. It's hard. But this is not about feeling guilty. It's not about feeling ashamed. It should be about feeling proud of our country, proud of the fact that people can come together and vote to do two big things. One, to right an historic wrong. This is, in part, about symbolism, that when you open our nation's birth certificate, the core law of the land in the Constitution, it simply recognises the fact that there were people here before European settlement, before our system of government. Our legal system has been founded for 200 years on a fundamental lie, terra nullius, that there was no one here before us. Surely it's time that we simply fix that. That's a good thing. We should be proud of that. And it's also about making a practical difference. I'm proud of our country, but no Australian can be proud of Indigenous disadvantage in this country. It's a disgrace. The most incarcerated people on the planet. They'll die, on average, 10 years before any other Australian. Employment statistics, education, health. Frankly, we've tried everything else for over 100 years. We spend tens of billions of dollars, and it doesn't seem to work. This is what they've asked for. And no one loses from this proposal. That's the thing. The Parliament retains full control over the voice in perpetuity. We should give it a go. I shudder to think how Indigenous Australians will feel if Australians said no, and what would our neighbours think? How would we look to the world? But above all else, over the next 4 weeks, let's cherish the fact that we get this right, to vote yes or no. I think yes will bring the country together and do good things. But if no, it won't be the government that loses. Australia will lose, Indigenous Australians will lose. But the Leader of the Opposition is already a diminished man. He's worse than Scott Morrison, and I didn't think that was possible. So I encourage Australians, look at the facts, look into your hearts and make up your own mind.